On today's show, I'll show you how I took a glass vase and turned it into a beaded basket to use as a centerpiece for my Easter table. I'll also show you how I arranged my beaded napkin rings, my beaded eggs, and all the decorations for my table this year. Okay, so I want to make a centerpiece for my table for Easter, and I want something that'll go with the napkin rings and the eggs that I made. So I have this nice glass vase, and I want to turn it into something that looks like a basket, but with the same sort of look as these beaded eggs. So everything will sort of, coincide together. So last week for my table, I made these pretty beaded eggs. I made a crystal, I made silver, and I made gold. And I also made some beautiful napkin rings. And if you want to see how I made these, just click on the link above. But I want to make my vase sort of look like this, a beaded basket with an egg design on it. So I'm not going to cover the whole glass, but I think if I just put maybe an egg on the front and the back and then add some handles, it might be nice. It'll look like a basket. It'll look like a vase I could put flowers in, and it'll go along with my eggs and my napkin ring. So let's get started with that right now. So I'll be using this silver jewelry wire, 24 gauge. I'm using these small glass beads. They look clear to me, but it says silver. So I think the inside of the bead has a little silver in it, but it's mostly clear. So on my glass vase, I want to make an egg-shaped design that looks like this. And I want to make it pretty big. So I think I might make one on the front and one on the back. I'll start by using the same technique I used for my eggs. So I cut a long piece of wire, about 72 inches. At the bottom of the wire, I put a little knot in it, and I'm going to bead it with these clear crystal beads. So at the end of the long strand of beads, I added one larger crystal bead and then a clear bead after that. And I'm using my round nose pliers to twist the wire around and loop that around just to finish this piece off. Using my cutters just to clip that excess piece off so that the end looks like this. So I'm using jewelry tools to work with, the cutter and the round nose plier. What I want to do now, I cut two pieces of wire that were about 20 inches long, and I'm going to fold this in half and twist it around the bottom of the larger crystal piece. I want to bring one of the wires up to the top, so I'm going to put it through the little loop at the top. I'm wrapping one of the wires around the bottom, one of the bottom beads, so that there's one extended from the bottom, and I'm bringing the other two out to the side. So I want a cross made with these wire pieces. So what I'm going to start doing is rolling this beaded strand around and around, and I use the wire pieces to connect the beads together from the center. So I'm just going to place the wire where it meets in between one of the beads and pull it under and pull it out. So the beads are going on top, the wire is coming from the bottom and going in between the beads, going over the top of the bead and then back down, and I'm pulling so that keeps the piece connected as I go around. So I'm just going to keep doing this. And as I get more around, I'm going to make the top part of this spiral a little looser so that it's shaped more like an egg. So I'm giving more space at the top so it has that kind of oval shape at the bottom and then more of a point at the top. So as you can see, I have a little more space in between the pieces at the very top, but on the sides I keep them close, the sides and the bottom. So I went all the way around until I ran out of the strand. Had my egg shape. I still have more wire at the bottom, top, and sides, so I'm adding a strand of beads. And I want to add enough that will go all the way down to the bottom of the glass and all the way up to the top neck part of the glass. So I have 7 pieces at the top, 7 beads, and about 20 beads at the bottom. So I want my egg-shaped spiral to hang a little high. So on the 2 sides, I'm just going to bead it all the way to the end. And at the end, I'm going to add that crystal, the larger crystal, and a smaller glass bead on top of that, just like I did for the center pieces. So I was going to add, I was going to do 2 of these, one for the front and one for the back, but I think I'll do 3. I like sets of 3. You could do 4, you know, one for the front, the back, or in each side, but I'm going to make this a little odd. So to attach the design pieces, the egg shapes, I did another strand that was about 36 inches. Well, 2 more strands with the crystal at the end of it. And what I'm going to do is just wrap this around the neck. And as I get this strand tight to the neck, I'm going to take that excess piece of wire I had at the end and wrap it around the strand. I'm cutting that wire and rolling that in. And then I'm going to roll the rest of the strand around, but I'm going to sort of overlap. I'm going under and over the strand so that it looks like a pretty necklace on the neck of the vase. And I want that little crystal, the larger crystal, to be in the center. So I'm sort of highlighting that with the strands going over and above it and underneath it. So this will be the front of my vase. And I'm doing the same with the bottom. Also, I tie both the top and the bottom end pieces off with a piece of wire. Now I'm going to attach my design pieces. But first, I'm going to take that top strand and I'm looping the wire around and inside the last bead, and I'm going to hold the bead down close to the other beads and pull the wire up just to keep that bead in place and keep all the beads in place. Now I'm going to take that wire and insert it in between the bead right underneath the crystal piece, so it's right centered under the crystal. Wrap the wire over and around the bead. And I'll do the same for the bottom, but this one has too many beads, so I'm going to have to take a few off as it goes down to the bottom. So there, I've attached it, and this is what it's looking like. I make sure it's straight. Now I'm going to attach the other 2. So I made sure all the design pieces were evenly spaced, and right now I am tying the strands together where they meet in the middle, and I'm making a little knot, and I'm just letting the end pieces hang. They have the little crystals at the bottom. So it's a nice little decorative tie. And this vase has a bit of a Aztec look, so I like it. It's really nice. It's kind of a elegant old world look, but I'm still mimicking those eggs that I'll have on my table. So like I mentioned before, I want to make this look like a basket. So I found this thicker wire, and this is, I don't know, maybe 18 gauge. And I already wrapped the ends around the neck, the beaded neck. And I have one long strand that's 72 inches. I folded it in half so it's like two strands, and I'm tying it into the base of that handle. And as I go up, I'm wrapping those two strands around that wire. It's a little piece of wire to tie the other end down to the base of the wire. So with the beads wrapped around it, it's just a little bit floppy. It made it a little bit heavy and hard to stand up. So I made another strand that was about the size of the lip of the vase, and I'm sticking that through the strands on the handle and wrapping it around so that I could pull it tight to the ends, the edges of the vase, and it'll help it stand up better. So now I think I have my beaded glass basket vase. So now let's fill it up with some water and put some flowers in it and see what it looks like. So I went out and got some white tulips and some other flowers that I think might go with my table. My table is going to be, I'll have some blue, green napkins and some gold napkins. But I want this to be pretty simple, mostly white. So let's put the white tulips in. I have some green puffy flowers. I think I'll put a couple of these. And I have these blue-green carnations. I think they'll go good with my blue-green napkins. I'm also adding a little blue to match my napkins. I think I need a little more blue in here. And with that, I think it's ready to go to the table. Let's decorate our table now. So on my table, the flowers, the glass basket, the beads, they go really nicely with my beaded eggs. I also added a few of my Fabergé velvet eggs that I made last year. If you want to see how these were made, click on the link above. In the same video, you'll find this diamond crusted egg. I added a few of these to the table. And the centerpiece and the eggs are all sitting on a bed of eucalyptus that I actually made with paper. If you want to see how that was made, click on the link above. So for my setting, I'm using a silver Dollar Tree charger, a gold rim Dollar Tree plate, and a gold rim Dollar Tree bowl. For my napkins, I'm alternating between this bluish green and gold. And of course, I'm using my beautiful egg-shaped napkin rings that I made last week. I also added a few golden pears to match the gold napkins. And this table has a variety of different sparkling eggs hidden in the forest of eucalyptus with a few fun but subtle colors underneath a beautiful springy elegant basket vase. I think I'll call this tablescape Easter egg hunt, and I think this setting will be very nice and fun and elegant for my family to celebrate the holiday. So I am wishing you all a beautiful holiday, and I will see you in the next video. Guess what, everyone? I have a new home decor and home furnishing store. Go to shop.yourhouseofhome.com and you'll find beautiful, unique pieces to make your house a beautiful home. And for all my viewers, use the discount code TSD20 to get 20% off at checkout. Want more detailed instructions on some of these projects? On my Etsy store, for just a few dollars, you can get instant digital downloads of full-color step-by-step instructions with templates for some of your favorite projects. And check out my Amazon page where you can pick up my Book of Elegant Home Crafts, Volume 1, with all your favorite projects together in one big, beautiful, colored step-by-step instruction book. You can also get separate e-project booklets and full-color printed project booklets, all on my Amazon page. You'll also see all my favorite crafting tools and supplies seen on this show, and you can add them all to your cart for the one-click, fast, and easy shopping delivery convenience of Amazon. On social media, follow me at Your House of Home and Your House of Home TV. Like, share, subscribe, and your support is so appreciated.